Vlad Hurinov, the promoter or co-promoter of Alexander Ustinov, has said that Deontay Wilder's team have reached out to him with the view to making a Wilder-Ustinov WBC title fight in about July. Now, some of you may remember that Ustinov is part of this WBA heavyweight tournament, and his next fight was scheduled to be against Luis Ortiz. But now that Wilder's people have reached out to him, he might just abandon that WBA eliminator and go straight for a title shot against Wilder. Maybe he sees Wilder as a more winnable fight for him than Luis Ortiz. I don't know, but I'm just putting it out there. So we might see that happen. Again, according to Vlad Hurinov, the front runners for getting the title shot against Wilder are Ustinov, his man, Berman Stavern, and Chris Arreola. He did not mention Gerald Washington, which is a little disappointing to me. But personally, I would definitely rather see Ustinov get the shot than Chris Arreola get the shot. Ustinov hasn't been fighting anybody particularly good since he lost to Kubrat Pulev a few years ago, but he hasn't put a foot wrong. He's been looking okay. He ain't been having no terrible, knockdowns or anything like that. I guess, he beat David Tua, who was old, and he beat a few other guys. Konstantin Erich, he stopped him. So he's been looking okay, and I think he's looked more fluid since his comeback and what have you. So yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Ustinov against Wilder. And again, Ustinov was in training for that Luis Ortiz fight, if he started training. Either way, the Ortiz fight was meant to be around July anyway. So it's not going to disrupt his training schedule if he was to pull out of the Ortiz fight and take the Wilder title shot. So we'll see what happens. I guess it all comes down to money. How much Al Heyman and Wilder's people are willing to pay for Ustinov. That's what it's all going to come down to. I don't know how much he was going to get for the Ortiz eliminator, but I can't imagine it would have been that much. So let me know what you think about this story, people. Would you like to see a Deontay Wilder Alexander Ustinov fight? You think that's a decent fight? But again, oh my gosh, the elephant in the living room, I forgot to mention. Ustinov is not ranked in the top 15 of the WBC. So it is curious, it is disturbing the way that Al Heyman seemingly is trying to make fights which shouldn't be allowed to get made. What kind of relationship does Al Heyman have with the WBC? I give Al Heyman a lot of props here on this channel because he has done far more good for boxing than bad. But trying to arrange a title fight with at least two opponents now who are not actually in the top 15, that's disturbing to me. We know Gerald Washington's in the top 15. Berman Stavern, all right, fair enough. I don't really want to see the rematch, but he is in the top 15. He's another one of the front runners. But Chris Arreola is not in the top 15, and he's apparently one of the front runners. And now Alexander Ustinov, he's not in the top 15, and he's one of the front runners. So that is disturbing. Let's not even get that confused. I like to see organizations, if they've got a certain set of criteria, stick to the criteria. At least then everybody knows where they stand. So anyway, let me know what you think about this story, people. It's your boy Hatman, I'm out.